Hello, and thank you for giving us another opportunity to spend some time with you on Stairway to Health, brought to you by Health Experts Canada. We've got some great ideas, new information, and hopefully a few laughs for you today. Who knows? If you're not careful, you may learn something.
Welcome back, everyone, to Stairway to Health. I'm your host, Frank Peary, along with...
And I'm Marilyn Mitchell.
And today we're going to talk to you about healthy goal setting. I think it's something, it's that starting point that everybody, I should say this, it's a starting point necessary to get to a level of optimal health that most people bypass or skip over. And when I say that, a lot of people think about what their goals might be or think about what targets they may wish to hit. But the reality is very few of us tend to write them down, right? Pen to paper, or really make them real by putting them in front of us. And if you don't have a destination set for where you want to be with your health, then how do you know what road, what path, what the directions are in order to get you there?
Well, unless you write your goals down and take steps to achieve them, they're just good ideas.
Well, exactly.
I mean, seriously.
I mean, is it not true of anything in life, though? I mean, if you have a goal in business, you usually set out some kind of a plan of action, necessary. You think about what your goals are. You think about what your targets are in business or in your career. I mean, it's the same thing with your health. If you are sitting in a state where, like I was, where you are overweight, you have low energy levels, you are addicted to things you shouldn't be addicted to, you have to find a way out of it. And in order to do that, you have to know where you want to be or where you want to end up. So in my case, it really was just a matter of sitting down and figuring out what my goals were to turn my life around. And once I wrote the goals down, and there are several steps to this. You've even helped me understand a lot of this throughout the years. In terms of goal setting, visualization, right?
Well, yeah, you have to have an idea of how you're going to achieve your goal. It has to be a realistic goal that you're setting. I mean, we can all have goals that, you want to live in a castle in Paris or in France and do all that's a great goal to have. But realistically, how are you going to get from where you are now to living in southern France in a castle? So you have to have a realistic goal and a plan on how to do it.
Absolutely. I wanted to be, a cover model for Men's Health, and that really wasn't achievable at the time. I had far more pressing matters with my health that had to be addressed before I could even begin to address the physical appearance of my body. I would like to think that I'm pretty close now.
Oh, yeah. Sure you are. Yeah. Let me know when you get that phone call.
Again, it's about being realistic. So like you said, you have to be real with what your goals are. You can't set a goal to run a marathon if you have horribly bad knees and are awaiting knee replacement surgery. It's not a very realistic goal. Maybe once you've had your knee surgery, maybe once you've gone through the rehab, maybe once you've done your physio work and re-strengthened body parts that have weakened over time, maybe you can set out rules, goals, I shouldn't say goals, steps to how you're going to achieve your goal of running a marathon. But
well, and I think in being realistic, you have to look at a time frame. I mean, how many times have we had people come to us saying, my doctor says I'm 30, 40 pounds overweight, and I'd like to lose the weight. And so we sit down and seriously decide to put pen to paper and set out goals. And they said, oh, no, my daughter's getting married on Saturday. I need to fit into a dress. So, I mean, that's a goal to lose 35 or 40 pounds. To have that goal met in 4 days is not realistic. So I think there are many steps to setting a goal. You first set the priority of the goal, what it is you want to do, and then make it realistic in the fact that what is involved, how long is it was going to take, like your marathon example. Sure, plan to do a marathon, but you've got to practice for that. You have to do it, take a year, maybe you'll run it next year, but set a plan.
Absolutely. Do you not think it's important, though, that when making a decision to change your state of health, because obviously, when it comes to goal setting as it pertains to your health and well being, the idea is you're dissatisfied or unhappy with the state that you're in. So you
Right.
know there's something wrong,
Hmm.
right? Maybe you're on, a half a dozen different medications that the doctors put you on for numerous, conditions that you're suffering, and your goal is to reduce the amount of medications that you're on. You first have to want to make a change.
Right.
And once you've made the decision to make a change, you can then start writing down numerous goals or ideas of what you want to change.
Hmm.
Um, Visualizing how you see yourself, visualizing where you see yourself, in terms of the end result, the success. And then, yes, you're right, making sure it's a realistic goal, understanding that there are steps to take towards achieving the goal, and then making it realistic and putting pen to paper. I really believe that in this digital age that we live in, it's nowhere near as real to put something into a phone or an iPad, or punch it into a computer that sets up a reminder. It's nowhere near as real as putting pen to paper.
Absolutely. I agree.
I mean, am I wrong? I don't know if I'm wrong, if the listeners out there think I'm wrong, but call me old school, call me old fashioned. I honestly believe that if you write down your goals, you write down your intentions, you write down, you're having to think about what it is you're writing. You're visualizing and seeing what it is you're writing. And then, of course, you can literally read back what you've just written. And it's a reaffirmation of that goal and of the steps that you want to take and the direction you want to take your life in.
Well, I mean, that's true because look, we can have in our mind, this is what I'd like to look like, or this is what, let's say that you want to lose weight and you have a vision in your head of what you'd like to see yourself looking like. That's wonderful. But if you actually have a picture of yourself from 20 years ago that you liked yourself at that point and you have it, put it up on the mirror in the bathroom or put it in your bedroom. You're not only visualizing it in your brain, but you're actually seeing it.
Well, exactly.
And
Like when they say to write down your goals on Post-it notes and put them all around you on in
exactly.
your bathroom, in the kitchen, at your desk, in your office, right? I mean, isn't that the right idea?
Absolutely. So goal setting not only has to be realistic, but you do baby steps at a time. I mean, let's say that you're 40 years old and you want to look like you were 20 again. I'm not sure that that's realistic, but if you have a picture of yourself then when you felt good, the road from your 20s to 40s took you 20 years. So it's baby steps. Your goal is to feel, maybe not look like that, but feel as healthy and as strong as you were then. Baby steps getting there. Is it a realistic goal to feel like that? Probably.
Sure, I feel like I'm 20.
Okay, you're not. But anyway, but it is, the goal setting is realistic. So if it's in your mind's eye, then make it real. Like you said, pen to paper, write it down, put little hasty notes, see it there. Your goal is in front of you.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, with everything that we've talked about, the idea of, making the goal realistic and make sure it's attainable. There was a system that I came across, we actually discussed many times and came across years ago. And it's really helped us in coaching a lot of clients through the stages of getting them from where they are to where they want to be with respect to health and well-being. And it was the University of Harvard, I think, that came up with this whole
Oh,
idea
yes. Yeah.
of creating SMART goals,
Hmm.
SMART, as opposed to Bart Simpson's SMRT, SMART, SMART goals, making them specific, making them measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. I mean, these are very specific points about creating a goal that is ultimately achievable once you have all of these points sort of ticked off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Specific goal, measurable goal, attainable, relevant, and time bound. It's helped a lot of our clients over the years. Once the mindset is in the right position and you then understand where it is you want to go with respect to your health from the position you're in, you can then go about writing your goals down and starting the path to achieving them. That's ultimately what it's all about, right? For most people. So I think it's very, very important to understand that healthy goal setting is key. It's a key factor in building that level of optimal health that so many of us are looking to achieve. And you're right. You're never going to look like you're 20 years younger, but you definitely can feel like it. We've proven it time and time again through, the use of supplementation and lifestyle and, lifestyle management. It's possible. So, goals, it's all about goal setting.
Realistic goal setting.
Realistic goal setting.
If you're going to try to eat healthier, I think that's wonderful. To make yourself feel healthier and better. But you're not going to give up wheat, gluten, dairy, sugar of it tomorrow.
Oh God.
So
do you imagine
because if
the shock on your body?
Well, that, and you'd give it up within 12 hours because you couldn't sustain that type. But let's just say that this week you're going to make sure that every night you have 2 servings of vegetables, or every day this week you're going to have a salad either for lunch or for dinner. Baby steps, realistic goals, change it a little bit at a time. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, this goal, this step has become part of your life now. And then you can move on to another baby step. And in the time boundary that you've given yourself, by the end of the time, look at that. You've reached your goal.
Short-term successes for long-term gain, right?
Exactly.
Isn't that what it's all about?
Exactly.
Short-term successes for long-term gain. I like that. I mean, we tell people to be very conscious of when they start a new supplement regimen, to start slowly. If it says to take 3 capsules a day, well, we don't know how that supplement's going to how their body's going to respond to that supplement. So take 1 a day for a few days, see how your body reacts and responds, then go to 2, then go to 3, over the course of 2 or 3 weeks. It's not always, you can't achieve long-term success by rushing into something. It's like you said, it takes 20 years to get from your 20s to your 40s. You're not going to start feeling like you're 20 again overnight. It's going to take some time to move the clock back. But I like that analogy, short-term successes for long-term gain. Well, goal setting, I think we both agree it's extremely important to achieving one's level of optimal health. And it's a great starting point for most people, to wrap their head around and to have something to aim for. Right? We all need goals and targets.
Absolutely.
in every aspect of our lives.
But what was it that great hockey player? Because I know you're such a big hockey fan.
Oh yes,
right?
Yes.
That's the one with the stick and the puck.
And the puck, right? I get it. Yes, and the ice, right? Well, I think it was Wayne Gretzky who said it best when he said, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take."
That's right.
So set those goals, set those targets, and go after them the best way we know how. And obviously, if you need some assistance in that regard, then you look for coaches and people that can help you through it.
Yes, absolutely. So I guess that's about it for today. And until next time, just remember, health is wealth. So that's all the time we have today, but there's still so much more to talk about and learn. Head over to healthexpertscanada.com for more ideas on healthy living. And don't forget to like, download, and share this podcast with your friends, just for the health of it.